Let's go.
Okie dokie.
Let's go.
Trippy's turn.
New Year's for Trippo.
Shall I do a recap of what happened in the last previous episode?
Yes.
We accused whatever that girl, Spella Cantabella, of being a witch. The witnesses were worthless. A drunkard came down and apparently huddled with the rest of them. They spread a bunch of lies, and now we figured out all of the witnesses plus Cantabella are all witches. We're gonna burn them all right now. I think this trial is going swimmingly.
We don't know what logic is, so we gotta burn all of them.
There's no logic.
Yes. Logic doesn't exist in this world. You can understand that we just burn people. That's all we do here. If someone says you're a witch, you're a witch. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it's nice of them to set up this whole trial instead of just burning her immediately.
Well, we should have done that from the start and saved us a lot of time, but whatever. Well, how with the supposed answer, Sir Blue Knight? I've given my recap. What is your explanation for the current number of witnesses?
One of them is a witch.
Impossible.
Well, it might seem far-fetched. The reality is actually rather simple.
They're all witches, burn them all.
So I like that idea.
The real witch and the real murder in this case is actually one of these live witnesses.
Wait, did you just make the same mistake you made last time?
5 witnesses. Sorry.
I'll make sure they're not alive very long. That's what? 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 I slammed my hand down. You're telling us that the witch is among the group of witnesses. What utter rubbish. There is no possible way that such a claim could be true. That's right. You got a lot of nerve to kill out of us and deal.
I told you nothing but the truth. Yet you would still have the gall to bat around such an outrageous accusation.
Behold. I trust the shield deflects your petty words like the petty words they are. I'm just... Inquisitor Burnham, we should probably look into this, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Yes, my lord. I would like to see a sketch of the crime scene at the time of the incident. Do you have one of them in your possession?
This trial has turned into a trial of 6 people instead of 1. We have like over doubled the amount of witches.
Yes, certainly, my lord. I will find a way to figure out how many of these people are actually witches. My guess, all of them.
Yes, not. There we go. We're getting close to where we were.
Chris, I requested it from the court and illustrator just in case.
Oh goodness, we're turning into One Piece. If we get to the 5-minute mark, it will be just recapping.
Very well, witnesses. I would like to know each of your locations at the time of the murder. Here's the crime scene, now quickly.
The number of witnesses doesn't add up. It looks like we're getting somewhere now, but we haven't even scratched the surface of this case yet. And it's all thanks to this top hat wearing gentleman.
Thank you for
And his boy.
our imaginary friends. The court accepts this crime scene sketch of the evidence. It looks like the one girl was just randomly just in center where the 2 robbers were. That's kind of weird, huh?
Which
That's not
one?
sketchy at all. It looked like the girl was right. Oh wait, maybe that was a spell. I looked at it real quick. Yeah, it was a spell. I'm sorry. I thought for a second it was the flower girl right there. I was wrong. My bad.
So this lady had to have jumped a fence to get to the milk?
She was determined to get the milk.
She was very determined. So the drunk and that lady had to have come from the same place, right? Like the same general area.
Yep. One of the witnesses is the witch. That could only mean one thing. Somebody here isn't telling the truth.
That would indeed appear to be the case, Mr. Wright.
Listen well, Sir Blue Knight. My path you tread now is a dangerous one. How dare you accuse people of randomly being witches? That's not your thing.
That's our thing. You need to defend the witch, not claim new witches.
Claiming that a witch is among these most honorable witnesses is a serious accusation. Should it prove to be a false one. You, who find yourself at the other end of my sword, do I make myself clear?
Huh? But that wasn't so much my suggestion. I mean, the gentleman here with the lovely top hat was the one who urged me to say it.
He's throwing us under the bus, Professor!
But you're the one who ended up saying it, Mr. Wright.
It is the same thing, Sir Blue Knight. All of you will die today.
Doesn't matter, logic doesn't apply here.
Indeed, it is the same thing, Sir Baker.
It is the same thing, Mr. Wright.
Oh boy.
Now, ready your sword of words. Let me slash them down, my real sword.
Ready?
Were you listening?
Nope.
You claim the witch is not the accused, that someone else at the crime scene was the true culprit. If what you say is true, then surely you can tell the court exactly where this person was at the time of the crime, can you not? Come now, Sir Blue Knight. Only you can enlighten us with...
I was saving.
How dare you stay while I'm talking?
Witchcraft.
It's witchcraft. Come now, Sir Blue Knight. Only you can enlighten us with who the real witch actually is. Sir Doughy Defender.
It sounds like you're calling Phoenix fat.
I think he is, isn't he? Oh, I show us where the witch was the exact moment the murder took place.
Where was the witch during the crime?
I mean, where? I don't know. I mean, I would point to the girl with the flowers, but I don't know how you would actually know at this point.
Well, there's a clue in the spell. 1 meter radius of the caster, so in other words...
It has to be in the bushes? Probably where they found the scepter.
I feel like if she used a mirror on herself, she'd have to be standing next to the two. So...
Yeah, next to it too. The witch was standing probably somewhere around here.
It's over around there. Looks like it is your head that's currently somewhere else, Sir Blue Knight.
What do you mean?
I believe he's trying to convey that your answer was incorrect.
And they seem to be, they need to be so harsh about it.
If I may, Mr. Wright, keep in mind the real witches amongst the witnesses, so we can't be completely certain their testimonies are all true.
That's true. Well, looks like relying on the witness testimonies is out the window.
The witch you...
Mr. Wright! What?
Go ahead.
Stop stealing my lines! Stop stealing my lines! I only have talked so long. I don't talk very often.
Who gets no lines? He does not exist.
Professor, I'm gonna stab you in the side if you don't do it. Let me do it. Mr. Wright, the witch used the spell Ignis, right? Take a look at the Great Grimoire. We're bound to find something in there.
That's what it said.
Even if the witness is lying up a storm, whatever is inside this Grand Grimoire has to be the truth, right?
Penalty, huh?
Penalty on the field. Sir Doa, defender. Do not waste the court's time with any more such ridiculous answers. You just lost one of your shields.
Darn it.
Third Doa defender.
That's what they said earlier. Okay, where was she then?
1 meter, right on him. Right in the middle of them.
Middle? But wouldn't that make Estella get on fire too?
I don't know.
I don't know how you can,
Should I just use a hit coin?
Yes.
1 meter is 1 meter. Right next to him. Right on them. Exactly, right in the middle. The witch must have been standing here.
What is the meaning of this? Unfortunately for you, that spot has absolutely nothing to do with any of these witnesses.
Inquisitor Barnum, I suggest you try taking a look at this.
The Grand Grimoire.
Grimoire Grand.
According to this tome, Ignace summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the cast door. In other words, the witch had to have been within 1 meter of the flame when casting the spell.
You do know a spell was right there, that circle you just pointed to. Then obviously a spell is the correct culprit. Yeah. Of course, you didn't say any more, Shipley Knight. We know the culprit is Sarah. Goodbye. Yeah. First off, note that there's no one else in the area other than the accused. It should be quite obvious from this guess that there's clearly nowhere for anyone to hide.
True, there aren't any hiding spots. However, there's one other possibility if the witch wanted to stay hidden from sight.
Most intriguing. Since you seem to love showing evidence, prove it. How was the witch able to hide in plain sight? Was it that spell that makes people turn invisible?
Take that. This Talia Magica contains 2 magic gems. Ignace and 1 other spell. That's right, the spell Demir.
Demir? Oh, it cannot be. This is so much more complicated than we're used to.
That's right. There was most certainly a witch present at the crime scene, only they were completely invisible. All thanks to the magic spell Demir.
You don't really have proof of this, my friend. Not yet, anyway. What foolishness is this?
That one just auto continues.
Order the court to defend her. What are you getting at? I thought the witch used Demir to make the Tesla Magica disappear.
According to the Grand Grimoire, under the entry for Demir, it causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. In other words, supposing the witch were holding the staff in one hand while touching part of their body with the other, they would be able to make themselves disappear.
Are you a moron? Are you implying that the reason for the conflicting number of witnesses?
Indeed it is, which means witnesses. Ah. Someone amongst you is not disclosing the entire truth, and that person is the witch we seek. I believe this most probable scenario.
I think it's the drunkard. We should get rid of him. Honorable witnesses, you're all screwed. You will testify to the court one final time.
Just one more time? What if we need more?
Nah, I don't care. No more. I'm done. Tell us exactly what you saw and what you did not see at this scene of the crime.
How absurdly absurd. The purpose of this trial is to convict that girl of a crime, is it not?
What? The trial is specifically to convict someone of a crime? Why don't we just burn her to begin with then? That's right! We are not witches! Witnesses, I ask that you listen.
No.
There is a witch mingling among you. That's right. I'm afraid you are all no longer brothers in arms. The true opponent here is within your own group.
So,
The real witch is one of these 5 witnesses, huh? Fine by me. Time to put an end to this trial.
no, never. You wish to know where we all were standing tonight? It matters not. Would the flames not burn just the same?
I blame. I never saw anything like it. It quite literally left me speechless. I couldn't even so much as scream.
I heard the tiniest crying, and then when I turned around the brightest of roasters, I rushed over and I'm not drunk.
I heard
Don't
the
mind me
incantation
at all.
and the
I'm
flames
not
suddenly
drunk.
erupted.
Shut up, lady. Give me that there you got on you.
You're not taking Snowy from me.
I want that thing as food. I'm hungry now.
So,
I haven't
three
had
people
anything
there
to eat
with us.
yesterday.
Get away from my Snowy.
As I said, there were only 3 others present. Like that man there who was stumbling around like a newborn calf.
Well, you definitely saw one guy.
A most heinous act indeed. No small wonder these witnesses are so confused. Which amongst the witnesses? What an utter baseless claim.
I don't think so, Barnum.
I do.
The only basis claim in this case is of Vespella being a witch. It's more than a little likely one of these witnesses is the culprit. These testimonies are bound to tell me who the real witch is.
I guess you could probably press the guy since he actually saw one.
Yeah, I said saw one guy stumbling around like a crazy person. You can definitely confirm one person.
So including yourself, there were a total of 4 witnesses at the crime scene, correct? That is how it has come to pass. By the way, what do you mean by stumbling around like a newborn calf? Oh yes, that man was a man as inebriated as he was loud. Quite a humorous sight it is, I dare say. You must mean the witness permanently glued to this cup of whatever it is he's drinking.
It's booze!
When I saw the flames rise up into the sky, I wondered to myself, my word, whatever could that be? However, I could not simply walk over to check. My knees were a bit weak from shock, you see. That's when the wobbly-legged gentleman came running over.
What's this one has something to say about it? Oh! The man in question! But
What's he doing?
he's pouring into his cup, but it's just overflowing.
I like it when the table's drunk too.
Something the matter, mister?
He still hasn't told us his name.
I don't have a name.
Mister!
That's not my name. Whoa, tone down the voice, Bluey. Try to sleep here. I'm tired, you know.
That's my line.
You tired too?
Yeah.
So, Blue Knight, next time, please think before trying to press this witness. He's gonna get beer all over me.
Looks like this guy even managed to scare Barnum half to death.
I am terrified of that man. He has endless booze like a witch.
Now then, sir, about Mr. Wordsmith's testimony just now. He claimed you were stumbling around. What did he mean by that?
I can only imagine why. I'm not gonna set the record straight right now. In no way was I stumbling around anywhere. You can't prove it. I tell you that. I like to think more like dagger with style. I'm an artist, you see.
A responsible adult should know better than to go stumbling around in the dead of night.
Hey, look, I don't get no stumbling around. Just some clumsy idiot. I've got more sense than that. You can tell from my booze in my hand. You're good now. Anyway, I got tipped over a large stone. I mean, you don't exactly see what's on the ground in front of you when running up a full pelt, right? Well, you could say I put my life on the line. You really need to
How courageous of you. Someone give this guy a medal.
Thank you. My lord, this testimony is worthless. It's mainly a waste of everyone's time.
I feel like it's gonna say something here.
Well, Defender, is there a point to the particular line of question?
Is there anything worth pursuing here? What shall I do?
I kind of
The witness stated earlier that he tripped over a large stone.
I wonder if he tripped over the witch and that's how she lost the Telemagica.
Probably tripped over the witch, lost her glasses, and the staff.
Mister, I have one question for you. Why weren't you watching what was in front of you?
I was drunk. Good, you watching me. To be honest with you, I mean, much of a real reason, but something suddenly caught my attention. So somewhere I sort of heard someone call my name. Isn't that crazy? Some guy. Didn't know they knew it. You heard your name. Of course I turned around when I heard it. Well, what? The girl calls his name. Why you pay attention, am I right? So... Oh.
So, you heard someone call out, "Hey you," from behind you, man.
Well, I mean, it said you called out my name. How many guys, called it you? Like some guy. His name's like Ignition or something like that. My name is Ember. I know you say it, Bluey, you hear me?
Amir. I must say, this gentleman really does not strike me as an Amir.
You know, Professor, not a very memorable name, huh? Like you. You're not memorable either, Professor.
That's harsh.
Honorable witnesses, is there anyone among you who was aware of this man's name prior to now?
Not at all. He's always just been Mister to me.
A knight's name is only good as the name of the sword he carries.
It is the first I have heard of this. I dare say I did not expect his name to be one such as Emir.
I'm sorry, but I didn't know his name either. I only remember the names of my most loyal customers.
Okay. Looks like absolutely no one knew this witness's name.
You know, it ain't really much of a surprise, me either. I forgot my name. That's all happens sometimes. Yeah. But seriously, I definitely heard someone call my name. This pretty girl, you know? Probably should burn her. Bitch. When you get to be my age, you get drunk. You really start to wonder when you'll find that true love, you know? That voice tonight might have been me, sweetie.
He's going crazy.
A little bit, but that's fine. Well, I'm dumbfounded.
Your Honor? I don't believe we should be so quick to label Mr. Amir's testimony meaningless. Would you not agree? I request that the witness add this amusing anecdote to his testimony.
No.
Anecdote.
Understood. Witness, amend your testimony, but please reflect only the important points of your story. I'm telling you, I heard someone call me name. I was looking around trying to find him.
Wait, I hit press by accident.
I don't sweat, Bluey. Mr. Hey You is all the same to me.
You just had a problem with him calling you Hey You.
I got memory of goldfish. You know this place.
Say that you heard your name being called from behind. Are you absolutely sure about that?
No. Oh, well, right or wrong, I'm sure it sounds like my name. I mean, that could have been like a magic spell or something. That'd be crazy. I wouldn't remember it happening if I hadn't heard someone right. Still, maybe there's a chance I just imagined it, huh? But anyways, I remember a cave somewhere behind me.
From somewhere behind you.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Amir's memory isn't the most accurate, but if what he says is true, then there's definitely something there.
Something, you say? Might you mean a contradiction?
Yeah, I think so. Although, I don't know, there's just something strange about his testimony. I don't see any decisive evidence in the court record that can help.
Do you mean to say you found a contradiction that cannot be supported by the evidence?
I mean, Lord, this line of interrogation is a complete waste of the court's time. Defender, I must warn you from here on. And any unnecessary question will be dealt with accordingly.
Okay, let's say they're getting angry.
So from here on, you have to question the right one, Joe. They'll be like, oh wait,
Yeah.
that's it.
I don't answer correctly here. It's current for the trial and for a speller.
If you are intent to find the fault in this witness's testimony, you will need to present decisive evidence to back up your claims.
It's now one single piece of decisive evidence in court record. What do I do now?
Mr. Wright?
Mr. Layton.
Where did you come from?
I have an idea. I believe there's a weapon of sorts with which you may be able to expose this contradiction without the need of evidence. We have evidence!
A weapon?
We have a map. We know the one person behind him.
Yeah.
Now, defender, give me your answer.
Yes, Your Honor. The defense finds that the witness's testimony
With no problems at all. This is a clear contradiction.
I mean, his testimony doesn't contain a contradiction.
Your Honor, the defense believes there is a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony.
What is this? You must be even bigger fool than I thought, Sir Blue Knight. You really do not possess even a sliver of common sense, do you? I do.
If I may interrupt for just a moment, Inquisitor Barnum. Allow me to ask you this. What need is there for common sense in a world that forgoes using it? Accordingly, I must humbly ask that you discard such manner of thinking.
Whatever do you mean?
You have my utmost thanks for placing your trust in me, Mr. Wright. Let us discuss the one remaining weapon in this cross-examination. As they're trying to...
The remaining weapon?
It's called a bow and arrow.
This trial has taught us a valuable new technique to be used in the courtroom, has it not?
You mean questioning, right, Professor?
No, I mean talking to multiple people at once. It is, apparently, Luke.
Don't talk back to me, Professor!
You're my assistant, boy. He Each of the witnesses in this trial has given their own account of what occurred. Therefore, whenever one witness has testified, the other remaining have listened. That gives me an idea. In addition to catching a witness off guard and questioning them about another's testimony, there is one more thing.
There's something else we can get from a 5-person cross-examination.
Yes, now watch as I explain this right in front of your enemy.
I would like to hear this too. Can we
That's
do
right,
a hurdle? Huddle up.
Indeed, Mr. Wright, contradictions. Should one witness's testimony differ from another's testimony, then I suppose that in itself can also be considered contradiction, can it not?
Testimony contradiction testimony. Never would have thought of that until now.
What are you talking about? Let me in on the secret. Enough, Sir Blue Knight. Are you prepared to present to your court evidence proving the contradiction within this witness's testimony? I didn't think so.
The witness's testimony does not contradict any evidence.
That contradicts your statement just now.
It contradicts the testimony.
What are you talking about?
It is time, Mr. Wright. Have a look at the touchscreen.
What is a touchscreen, Professor?
There are many things in this world that are hard to explain, Luke. This is one of them. You'll know when you're older.
I can't wait to be older.
That sounds very adult.
There you'll see testimony of the witnesses in question, as well as those of other witnesses.
Don't teach little kids about touchscreens, alright?
Message of the day, don't teach little kids about touchscreens.
I want to learn.
Keep your eyes peeled and identify the contradicting testimony. Alright, let's give this another shot, Nick. And make sure you don't forget to take a look at the court record, too. Why does Nick have to keep getting reminded about the court record?
The court record.
This guy isn't saying anything about where they were standing. This one isn't saying anything either. There were only 3 of us, people there with us. This guy says he was stumbling around. Which I guess is similar to tripping. Did he see them trip?
I think he did.
What about the girl? Flower.
Flower Girl's just talking about the fire. It doesn't seem to be relevant to what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
Let's ask about this one. That's wrong, apparently.
Obviously, the contradiction lies in this witness's testimony.
Please, just a moment, Sir Wright. Perhaps it would be wise not to leave this quite so up to chance.
But I got nothing but the witness's testimony to work
That tells
on.
me literally all of them were wrong. It's not the testimony, Sir Wright. I recommend you look at the court record. This man testified he heard a voice call his name from behind. The important thing here is the position of all parties at the scene. Okay, so he just was the flower girl behind him then.
Just talk to the flower girl.
Alright.
How sad. It would seem the only contradiction in this witness testimony is you.
My mistake. Just give me one more chance. One of these witnesses definitely contradicted this testimony of the being wrong.
Over there. Okay, here. Dang, we're both pointing together.
Person contradicting this man's testimony
Is none other than you, Miss Kira. Didn't Phoenix just figure this out?
Where's her death note?
I don't know. Are you both pointing at me?
Burn the witch.
at the time of the incident. That man heard someone's voice call his name.
That voice belonged to you, Miss Kira. It could not have been anyone else.
And yet, in your testimony, you stated that you were in such shock during tonight's events that you couldn't even speak.
This is a clear contradiction.
What is this? What is the meaning of this, defender? You really claim that to trust this sham of a witness, this sham of a testimony?
Well, you thought it was good enough to put up on the stand.
Don't question my logic. I have none.
That man's character is beside the point. His testimony is anything but a sham. As he watched the flames erupt, his attention was drawn to a voice behind him, which in turn made him fall over.
He heard a woman's voice calling his name, a very concrete reason, and a reason enough to believe his testimony.
It is as you say. If it is as you say, then explain why you feel this witness is somehow irresponsible. Or responsible, I'm sorry.
That's right, why me? People barely hear me when I'm out selling my flowers. That's how soft my voice is. And besides, there was another woman at the scene, wasn't there? Me? What are you getting at, young lady? Do you honestly think a woman my age would be out late at night in the forest flirting with questionable men? Besides, I don't even know this pathetic man's name. How could I have called out to him? Neither did I. And if I did know his name, do you really think he's the kind of guy any self-respecting girl would want?
Come on, ladies, don't fight over me. I'm good, you know? I'm standing right here, you know?
Poor guy.
Dang. As I was saying, the only person that guy could have heard from behind him was you, Miss Kira.
The defense wishes to present evidence to prove this claim. Go present it, Phoenix.
To accuse a witness like this young lady here, why, this is simply unheard of. I must warn you, defender. If you cannot prove your accusation to this court, you will see the underside of my grapple.
Show us the... Show hers, hers.
Hey, I'm the judge here. Don't take my mind either. Show us the evidence proving this young lady was the one who called out this man at the time of the crime.
Pretty sure that's the area map this time.
Take a look at this and you'll have your answer.
This is a crime scene sketch.
You can see the position of each witness during the crime. The only person that could possibly have heard from behind him was none other than Miss Kira.
Listen here, Sir Blue Knight. I will only tell you this one more time. I made up this evidence. A sham of witness yields only a sham of testimony. That is all there is to it.
Everyone's just insulting this poor guy.
Hey.
Did you, in fact, see the flower girl's face. It's beautiful, isn't it? Clearly not a witch. The witch is ugly. You know, as you mentioned it. The thing is, I fell down. No, I don't think I saw her face. I'm recovering fast, you see.
Okay, but you heard her voice, right?
Let me think. The voice came out of nowhere. I was kind of head-pitched. I guess it kind of sounded like her. I can't say whether it was the girl's voice. And there you have it, Sir Blue Knight. Such a pity.
Huh?
My lord, it is clear the defense's claim is nothing but a pointless waste of the court's time. I recommend you deliver unto the punishment befitting such behavior. Indeed, Inquisitor. Ready yourself, Defender. What is this laughter?
Pardon me, my lord. It looks like you finally arrived at a decision. That means this has nothing to do with me. Isn't that right, Inquisitor Barnum?
What are you getting at, lady? What are you saying? You're making yourself obvious.
It's time for me to stop peddling testimony and get back to peddling flowers. I mean, look at all of these flowers I left over. It's going to take until sunrise to sell them all if I stay here any longer. Or maybe, my lord, you and the rest of the court will be interested in buying my entire stock of flowers to help a girl out?
No, I don't think... I mean, I don't have that kind of money. I'm just a judge.
Then it's settled. Now, if you'll excuse me, my apologies for the interruption.
Understand. The court will dismiss the witness for some reason.
Well, Miss Kira, it would seem you are beginning to show the court your true colors. Oh? What do you mean? Okay then, everyone. It looks like that's that.
Wait, you can't leave yet. This cross-examination isn't over.
Oh, that's funny. You say it isn't over, yet the rest of the court seems to think otherwise. Isn't that right, Inquisitor Barnum?
The Inquisition maintains that the real witch is the accused, Spella Cantabella. This girl is nothing more than a witness. As such, the court cannot force her to stay against her will.
This is bad. If they let her walk out now.
Nick, do you think she could be...
The real witch.
You really like throwing around accusations, don't you, Sir Defender? Let me spell it out for you, one last time, so even you can understand. I don't know this man's name at all. Before today, I don't even remember it. So how could I have called out to him? Do you get it now? Now then, until we meet again, don't forget to buy some flowers on your way home, everyone.
Mata!
Moment, please, Miss Kira. Is there something else
She
you wanted?
materialized.
You don't seem to realize what you just let slip. What are you talking about? The man testified he heard his name called at the crime scene. However, you had no knowledge of his name at the time. Is that correct? That's right. This weirdo's just imagining things. Like I said, I've already forgotten his name, even though he told it to us earlier. There's just one problem, Miss Kira. Namely, what the voice you heard tonight was actually saying. Huh?
What do you mean? It's obvious it was the name, wasn't it? Well, where was that name again? My lord, I'm still here, you know. You're saying that what this man heard tonight wasn't a name, but rather something else entirely.
Indeed I am, Inquisitor Barnum.
Something else. There's only one other thing it could be. It's a stretch, but the possibility is there.
Where'd I
That's
go?
right. Oh.
I'm gone. I disappeared.
Yes, I sent Luke out because we don't want to teach him about touchscreens. That's right, Mr. Wright. That single possibility is the key to solving this mystery.
Is defense ready to present its evidence to the court?
This is ridiculous. I demand you let me go this instant.
Witness, what are you being accused of? Is not to be taken lightly. You will not leave this courtroom so long as any reasonable doubt remains. Then you may present your evidence. Don't make me take one of your shields, though. Show the court what the voice this man heard tonight was saying.
Excuse me, mister? I'm sorry, what's your name again? You've got a name. No one seems to be able to remember for some reason.
I hate you all. Hey, it's Amir. My name's Amir, darn it. How many times you gotta say it? Like a spell or something.
No matter the number of times you say it, you do not look like an Amir.
Again, I only remember my most loyal customer's names, and he doesn't look like he can afford a single daisy.
Oh, come on, guys. I'll kick a guy who eats now. I got infinite booze. Everyone likes that, right?
Mr. Amir, what you heard tonight at the crime scene was not your name. Your name just so happens to sound exactly like a certain other name.
Another name?
The answer is right here in this tome. I'm talking about Amir.
A mare? A female deer?
What he actually heard at the time wasn't his own name, but a female deer.
I love deer.
It was the name of a magical incantation to summon female deers.
What use would the witch have with female deers?
What the? How do deers go with this? I'm confused.
Mr. Layton will explain further. Miss Kira, have you forgotten what you said just a few minutes ago? You quite clearly stated that you didn't know this man's name!
So, Blue Knight, let me get this straight. You're saying that the Amir heard by the witness was actually said by this flower girl? And it was not his name at all, but rather the incantation for a magic spell, the one that makes people go invisible. Impossible. I can't say it's right.
The defense proposes the following. The true criminal, this supposed witch, is not the defendant, Mrs. Bella Cantabella, but instead the witness who was heard uttering the magic incantation. Miss Kira, she's our witch. You used magic to vanish from the scene and tried to frame Miss Cantabella instead.
They don't burn witnesses, do they?
What just happened? Is that girl, is Isabella really not a witch? Unbelievable. I've never heard of anything like this. Inquisitor Barnum. This two really defeated Inquisitor Barnum?
An impressive display, Sir Blue Knight. It would seem you have finally managed to hone your blade. However, I believe the blade's edge is already beginning to dull.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm referring to the contradiction, naturally.
Yeah, that's my line.
My lord, I think we just would like to set the record straight regarding the transpired this night. Very well, Inquisitor Burnham. Sir Blue Knight, you claim the following. At the time of the crime, the accused, Estella Cantabella, was surrounded by the two rogues. Then, in order to frame the accused as a witch, Miss Kira cast the spell Damage and made herself vanish. She moved in closer to the victims, at which point she cast Ignis. Thus causing the incident seen by our witnesses tonight. Indeed, that does seem to be the claim. Problem is what happened next. There is a contradiction in that defender's account of Miss Kara's movements.
Contradiction in her movements.
Allow me to continue. The witnesses have each stated they have each ventured. Wait, the witnesses have stated that they each ventured out towards the crime scene. Which is when Miss Kira, the witch, made her way to the point while still invisible. When she arrived at said spot, she then cast a mirror and reappeared to join the other witnesses. And there you have it. This is the accused, isn't it, Sir Blue Knight?
That's correct. Then Mr. Amir heard her call his name.
Well, then I have the one question that I would like you to answer. Why would a witch need to do such a thing?
What do you mean?
Supposing Miss Kira was a witch, surely she would not have made the conscious decision to appear when she did? One would imagine she would remain hidden and flee the crime scene.
Quite right. That's what I'd do if I was a witch.
Given that point, there would be no visible reason for her to recite the incantation in other words. In other words, I should say. It is inconceivable. Flower girl, flower seller, Miss Kira, could be a witch.
What just happened? Is Kira really not a witch? Visitor Barnum just turned this entire trial right around. How does that turn anything around? We already proved this fellow's not a witch. What I'd expect from Labyrinthia's sword of justice.
Man, trials sure are long in this world. Hey, that's the face of a kind witness.
That is the face of our normal witness. Fully normal. That's right, you all heard it, just as Inquisitor Barnum said. I think it's laughable.
You're really pushing it, you know that.
Not good. She's completely bounced back to her
That's
feet.
bouncing back to her feet. She's incriminating herself further. Really, if she just kept her mouth shut and just stuck with the other witnesses, she would have been fine.
Just like a normal, crazy, laughing flower girl.
Oh, hey, Luke's back.
I came back,
Hello.
I was stealing evidence. I was planting some more evidence, thanks to Mr. Lucas.
We're so close to.
I can't believe you, Inspector Burnham. Can't you see it? You just have to take one good look at her. She's a real witch, right?
Remember, Mr. Wright, at times like this, a cool head will prevail.
Mr. Layton!
I planted the evidence like you wanted, Mr. Layton.
I'm sure you had to fight your way out of circumstances such as these many times before. This situation is no different. As a defense attorney, what would you usually do at such a time?
What would I usually do? Call on Mia! Of course.
My
There's
trusty
only one
gun.
thing that can get me out of a situation like this. You gotta flip this case on its head and think outside the box.
It would seem the defense is nothing further than that, I guess. I don't know.
Why, of course, that's because everyone knows the truth. They know that girl right there is the real witch. That settles it then. Go ahead and deliver your verdict, my lord.
The situation is exactly as you described, Inquisitor Barnum. It really doesn't make much sense for the witch to have used Amir.
Well, thank you for agreeing with me.
Regardless, the defense still maintains that Miss Kira did utter that incantation and make herself reappear. Now the question is, for what reason? If she really didn't have to use that spell, then why use it in the first place? If I can find the answer to that question, then this entire case will start to unravel.
Most fascinating. Very well, allow us to hear this theory of yours. Tell the court why it is necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene.
Though we're still in the game, once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. The reason Miss Kara reappeared at the scene of the crime was...
We'll do tripped over, I guess.
Hurry over crime means she run away. Would it give her an alibi or be to become a witness?
Sounds like she wants to frame her for the crime.
Either one of those would work though.
Yeah.
I think it should become a witness.
Yeah, let's choose to become a witness. It's the one that would make most sense.
The answer is obvious. She must have wanted to become a witness herself.
Sir Blue Knight, do not slam your hands down on the desk unless you have a strong point to make. The saying goes for your mouth. Don't waste your breath on such nonsense.
Huh?
Have a look at the number of witnesses. We already have 4 other willing witnesses. Becoming a witness on purpose would accomplish nothing. She may as well have sat in the stand and watched the trial.
Well, you don't know that for sure. Nope, he's absolutely right.
I guess I was wrong, sorry. Defender, something tells me you must be thinking something along the lines of, he is absolutely right.
Please quit reading my mind, Your Honor.
No, I will never do it. I'll never stop.
Luca, you're the only one who hasn't read his mind yet.
Shoot, looks like I'll have to think of something else.
Why would she need an alibi if you just leave?
She could have just walked
Why would it have
away.
to be?
So then no one would have seen her at the time. I mean, in this place, do you really need an alibi?
The answer is obvious. She's trying to give herself an alibi.
Oh, is that right? Tell me, what would the alibi have been?
Well, just give me a minute. I'm getting to that part.
That would not be necessary, Sir Blue Knight.
Huh?
Think about it. Why would she have needed an alibi? If no one had seen her to begin with. If no one could have seen her to begin with.
Well, you don't know that for sure.
I'm gonna read your mind again, buddy.
Get out of my
First, both those were wrong?
Sure
We have as
was.
many chances as we want.
You have 2 chances.
Cover for crime, I guess.
Can't think of any other possibility. That has to be the answer. Isn't it obvious? She was trying to cover up her own crime.
Oh, is that right? Tell me, why would she do that? Were all of the answers
Are all these wrong?
Just give me a minute. I'll get that part.
That will not be necessary. Oh, good Inquisition, not how you look at it. There'd be no reason for me to reappear, assuming I was the criminal, that is. Wait, so you just had to sacrifice 2 shields for no apparent reason?
Can't argue with you.
Pardon the interruption, but that's not necessarily the case.
Mr. Layton.
Explain yourself, Sir Top Hat.
You have stated that Miss Kira had no reason to reappear. However, the situation changed, and it became necessary for her to show herself. Isn't that right, Miss Kira? Huh? Well, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean.
It would seem that defense must clarify their arguments with evidence.
Mr. Wright? I believe that Miss Kira did not intend to reveal herself at the crime scene. Rather, that something occurred that which forced her, this young lady, to make herself reappear.
It was so important that she had to reappear and risk being spotted.
Defender. My arm's getting tired of playing this thing. I'm tired. Tell the court why it would have been necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene.
Miss Curia, you usually wear glasses, is that correct?
Huh? You're eating all your merchandise. I already told you I lost my glasses a few days ago.
Are you absolutely sure about that? Or did you not in fact lose them tonight during the crime?
Yeah.
Of course not. Perhaps you accidentally dropped them while you were committing the crime. Then, as you were attempting to make your escape, you noticed they were gone. Therefore, you made yourself reappear in order to search for your missing glasses.
You have no proof. How absurd. It's basic conjecture. We do logic here, Professor Layton. You can't beat our logic. What is the purpose of the fundamental flaw? What you propose is fundamentally flawed.
What do you mean?
Let us assume, hypothetically, that what the witch did in fact drop this evidence. That doesn't explain what purpose it would serve her to make herself appear. It would still make more sense for her to escape under cover of darkness.
Unfortunately, Inquisitor Barnum, such a plan was simply not possible.
What?
Mr. Wright, do you understand what I'm suggesting?
I don't. Could you explain it to me, Professor?
Mr. Wright will explain it to you. I'm sure he understands.
Yes! Show me your moves!
He's become a Captain Falcon.
It means the reason Miss Kira made herself reappear at the crime scene. Okay, this is it.
The defender enlightened us. Why did the witness feel the need to make herself reappear? broke her glasses?
If she
Someone
broke
found
them,
her
then she wouldn't
glasses?
need to find them.
I guess someone found her glasses, I guess. That's the
Someone
only
found
reason.
them, though.
Well,
They'd
they
be
were
able to
crushed
give
by
them
the
to
milk.
her.
They were crushed by the milk, right?
I guess probably they were crushed by him makes more sense.
The answer is clear, Your Honor. The lenses on her glasses must have broken.
Clear, you say?
Clear as day. How else do you explain the fact she's not wearing them right this minute?
That was definitely wrong, I guess.
It sounds like it's working.
Perhaps your point is not as clear as you thought it was.
Where are you from?
I think the only thing broken here is my confidence.
Look at this one fell swoop. Let's Wright. Let's give it a bit more thought, shall we? Well, looks like I didn't get any actual penalty. Oh, here we go.
Defender and lightning. I just said this stuff. Do it again.
Why don't I just use a hint coin, because why not? Oh, we already did this one, so she couldn't find him.
Oh.
The answer is simple, Your Honor. She couldn't find her glasses.
But didn't we just say that that one was... If she couldn't find it, she could just come back later.
She could not find them. She said she lost them.
You noticed she's still not wearing her glasses right now.
Hold on a minute, said Wright. What does this have to do with anything?
That's right. It doesn't change a single thing.
That's where you're wrong. In fact, it changes things quite a bit. The glasses are in the milk.
Oh, that might be it, isn't it?
That will be interesting.
I don't know, I was guessing. Tonight, the two victims were engulfed by flames, courtesy of a magic spell. Every instant, 4 witnesses saw the flames erupt at the scene. It was at that point that something you didn't expect occurred. You suddenly lost your glasses. That's right. You were scared that if your glasses were discovered at the scene of the crime, you would be suspected of being a witch.
What foolishness, even if her glasses were found. She could simply have explained that she dropped them days before the crime happened.
I'm afraid that's not a possibility, Inquisitor Barnum.
What did you say?
If you recall, it had been raining quite heavily at the crime scene beforehand. Had she stated that she dropped her glasses before the crime, then naturally, one would expect the glasses to be soaked in water and covered in mud. However, the rain had already stopped by the time the crime itself was committed. In other words, one look at the pair of clean, dried glasses will reveal she dropped them later, implicating her as a witch.
I should have known. I was perfecting my rainfall rendering technique in that forest. And not once during nightfall did I see the flower maiden travel along the nearby path.
That's not all. In order to frame Miss Cantabella as the witch, you needed to leave this witch's scepter behind at the scene of the crime.
I see. That would be the most definitely evidence that she is the witch. Let's give her the staff and see if she used it.
The objective here was to have somebody else discover the staff at the scene. Alas, that Buddhism was I.
However, no doubt you came to realize that one can deduce which spells were used simply by examining the magic gems on the scepter. In this case, one can see the witch must have used a mirror to vanish from sight and make her escape.
Why, Miss Vera, you were left with no option but to reappear at the crime scene. It is the only way for you to avoid suspicion if someone were to discover your glasses at the crime scene. By reappearing, you'd be able to explain that you simply dropped your glasses when you rushed to see what had happened. What do you have to say to that, Miss Kira?
ああ、くだらない。黙って聞いていればいい気になって、長々とまあ楽しそうに。バカみたい。
Playtime is over.
で、
So,
結局のところ、
so that's it?
何なの？私がメガネを落と
A
したっ
witch
て？
because I dropped my
私
glasses?
言ったわよね。
I
何
haven't
な
said it how
の？
many times
事件
now.
の数日
I
前にな
lost
く
my
したっ
glasses
て？
days ago.
聞こえてないの？
Were you even
聞いてない
listening?
の？いいかな？
I'll say it again.
あんたが100回メガネを
Over
連呼
a
してもそん
million
なのしたこ
times.
とない
I lost my
あんたは
glasses.
大
I
好きな
lost
証拠
my
やら
glasses.
立
Do you
証
like
できる
evidence
でし
to
ょ
defend
事
it?
件
Do you
の
love
ことの
proofs
真
or
相
top
あ
hat?
なたが
To
私に
prove
私
I
に言う
dropped
こと
my
そん
glasses
な
at the
立証
crime
できる
scene.
わけないでし
You
ょ
can't prove it.
つま
In
り
other words,
私の
you
勝ち
lose. It's hard to keep up with that when they do that.
Suddenly the court wants logic.
That
The court
is
wants
correct.
logic when it means they don't get to burn a witch.
That is correct. Proving such a thing would indeed be impossible. To prove that the witness dropped their glasses at the crime scene. What say you, Inquisitor Burnham? 'Tis indeed a question of proof, my lord. These glasses have been missing from the very beginning. The Knights of the Inquisition have found no trace of these glasses anywhere near the crime scene. Therefore, the witness cannot in any way be accused of being a being a witch.
She can't be accused of being a witness.
Yep.
You heard the man. But we were so close.
That girl's a witch! Can't anyone see that? Burner! Burner! What should we do, Professor? Can I plant the evidence again? I can put the glasses in the milk.
Well, it would seem the young lady has finished what she had to say. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Wright?
Yes, certainly looks that way, Mr. Layton.
What the? What's with that face? Do you find something funny here? Likely is in the milk. That's the only place it wouldn't be tempered with. So as you said, Inquisitor Barnum.
Explain.
The defense raises just one further question. Why were you unable to find those glasses? What do you mean?
You must have searched the area quite thoroughly looking for them. And yet, even now, the Knights have been unable to locate those glasses. Did you ever wonder why?
Yeah, that has become quite the mystery. Surely that must be around here somewhere. Yeah, it's in the milk. The glasses were lost to the wolves. That's the only explanation. They love glasses. They have very bad eyesight.
The wolves like to steal anything shiny and they become like birds. Or dragons. There's still one remaining place you have not searched tonight. Huh? What did you say?
The glasses were supposedly not found at the crime scene, leaving only one other possible place.
What is this? You two? How dare you fight against me all both at the same time? How about you, Sir Blue Knight? Draw your blade and reveal to the court where the glasses are supposedly hiding.
Looks like I've somehow managed to make it through my first witch trial. It all comes down to this, the final piece of evidence. Time to clear up this case once and for all.
Sorry, Sir Blue Knight. That's not the right evidence. Time to continue.
I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Wright.
It was in Luke's hat all along.
The piece of evidence pointing to the one place not searched tonight is Luke's hat.
Luke's hat.
The Buckingham. Is it really the Buckingham?
It's the
I
only
believe
place
it
they
is.
couldn't have searched.
I am 90% sure it has to be the milk.
What
I mean,
the?
it was taken away from the crime scene and carefully guarded.
Tonight. I got a feeling. There was one thing that was carried away from the crime scene right under everyone's nose.
Carried away?
I am speaking, of course, about this.
Ah!
The milk bucket that had disappeared from the crime scene. Miss Mary, you're accused of being a witch for stealing the milk.
Thus far, the defense claim that the glasses were dropped at the crime scene has been regarded as mere speculation. However, if Miss Kira, we find your glasses within the contents of this milk bucket, then our mere speculation will suddenly become fact.
What? Matter of witchery?
What are you talking about? You're crazy. Just crazy. No way could my glasses be inside that stupid bucket. That's just impossible.
How about we quit the speculation and actually find out? What do you say, Inquisitor Barnum?
I like milk myself.
That'll just waste the court's time. Don't listen to them. Don't.
Ma'am, I like to burn witches. It doesn't care who. It is mandated that the Knights of the Inquisition investigate any and all possibilities during the course of the trial. Not this one, though. Sorry. My lord, the Inquisition requests that this milk bucket be searched immediately. Very well, I guess. Who's gonna drink it? Is the judge the one doing
Is
it?
he searching it himself? He just stuck his hand in there.
Apparently he did.
I mean, Miss Mary would freak out if he just dumped the milk.
Oh. What? What? It's a pair of glasses. Oh, there has these glasses. We gotta find the person who lost their glasses.
Miss Kira, as you can see, your glasses have been found inside the milk bucket. The truth is out. Nothing you can say will change that now.
Which leads us to the next question. Specifically, a question of when. When did you drop your glasses into the milk bucket?
What?
Why is this happening? This whole thing is ridiculous. The answer is obvious, isn't it? I dropped them afterwards. I ran over to see the fire. I took a tiny peek inside that milk bucket. That's when they fell in.
Oh,
Don't be
no.
stupid, child. Snowy and I were at the scene first. We made sure to take that milk bucket before anyone else could get their grubby little hands on it. We weren't going to let a single soul get anywhere near that sweet, creamy bucket of deliciousness. You can bet my farm on that.
Each of these 4 witnesses has stated they heard the spelling nays being cast at the time of the incident. According to the Grand Lamar, Big Nays summons a circle of flame within a 1-meter radius of the caster. In other words, the real witch must have been at Miss Cantabella's side at the time of the incident.
Indeed. That is when the glasses fell into the milk bucket. Therefore, there is only one logical conclusion. Only one person who could be the true witch.
Miss Kira, you are the real witch.
Now hold on. Now hold on.
Did she just
Yep,
get
she
hit in the
died.
face with her flowers and pass out?
Well, while she's knocked out, throw her in the fire.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
What a very strange trial this has been. But I love trials. I love burning people. From the very beginning, we all paid witness to the most unusual case of circumstances. A baker turned defender, a surprise extra witness, and now a not guilty verdict for the accused. It's crazy. Never seen such a spectacle.
Is this really happening? The girl inside the cage. You mean she's the real witch? But what about that Estella Cantabella girl? They put her in there with her flowers.
Miss
Well, they gave her.
Kira,
No, man. Go ahead. Gave her a keepsake.
Yeah.
tell us why.
魔法姉さんに罪を着せようとしたのですか?
Why were you trying to frame Miss Cantabella?
あなた自身が罪を逃れるだけならば、こんな手の込んだ工作は必要なかった。
You could have easily escaped the crime scene without a trace. There was no reason to frame anyone.
この事件、あなたの強い悪意を感じるのです。
This crime was nothing but a result of your overwhelming ill intent.
魔女の罪を着せるというこ
To
とは
frame a person as a witch.
そのものの死を
To
意味
condemn
する
that person to death by fire.
それを知っての上で
Surely you
貴
must
様は
know
なぜ
this.
魔
So
法で語
why,
るしよう
Stella Cantabella? Why did you do it?
あなたたちに魔女にされた私の気持ちがわかる。
Do you have any idea what it feels like to be a witch?
魔女にされた?
But it feels like
自分で望んだわけじゃない。
I didn't ask for this.
たまたま魔法が使え
I
ると
asked
いう
for
だけ
these
で、
powers,
い
but
つか
I
ったら
have
裁
them.
判にかけられて、
And now, here I am, begging for my life.
私
Yeah,
は
that's gonna work out for
た
you
だ
so
平
well.
和に暮らしたかっ
I was
た。
living such a peaceful life until now, selling flowers, getting
たまにご
scolded
主
by
人
my
様に
boss
叱
for
られ
not selling enough of them.
だから
That's
こ
why I
んな
was
裁
trying
判
to put an end
なんと
to
か
these
して終わら
trials
せた
once
かっ
and
た
for
の。
all.
裁判を終わらせる?
put an end to the trials.
みんな
You all know what I mean.
魔女裁判が
The
終わる
one
条件
condition
は
written in the
物語
story
に
that
書
will
かれてい
end
る
these
わ。
witch trials.
大魔女ベーゼラが家計に処された時、当法廷はその役目を終わるものとする。
When the great witch Brizella is put to the flames and vanquished from this world, these trials will come to an end.
二度とないチャンスが巡っ
My
てきた。
chance to finally end all
そう
this.
思ったの。
At least, That's what I thought.
日は暮れかけていて、
The sun had begun to set
あ
on
の
that
場所に
lonely
は
forest path.
証人になりそうな人
There
たちが
wasn't a
何
soul
人も
in
いた。
sight.
私、
I
いつで
carried
も
my
見えない
hidden
杖を
Kelly
持
on
って
my
いた
tail
の。
with me in case of a moment
こんな
like
日が
this.
来た時のために。私の魔法を使って
I used my magic
あの子の
to
正
expose
体
her
を
for
暴い
what
て
she
やればいい。
really is.
そうすれば、
If
こん
I've
な
been
裁判永久
successful,
に終わる。
then all these trials will finally
私は
end, and I can
平
go
和
on
な暮
living
らし
my
を手に
peaceful
入れるの
life.
よ。
なんですって？それでは、まさかそなたは
What are you saying? Am I hearing you correctly? Hearing
魔
this
法ネ
correctly?
カタルーシアを
Are you
告発
actually
するというのですか？
Espella Cantabella?
伝説の大魔女が
Why do you think no one
どう
ever
して
seen
誰
the
にも気づか
legendary
れずに
Great
いられる
Witch?
と思う。あいつは私た
She's
ちの
just been
中にい
hidden
る
in
の
our
よ。
midst the entire time.
私たちには決して
She's
手の届か
protected.
ない
She's
物語
hidden
で
from
完
us.
全
It's
に
all
守ら
part
れ
of
て
the
いる。
story.
物語
Part of the story?
異議ある。そこまでだ。
That's enough.
魔女に弁明の余地はない。
Think no more.
口を慎
The
むがよ
witch's
かろう。
existence cannot be justified.
私を
No,
助けてよ。
please.
あんた
I
も
know
気づい
you've
てる
all
でしょ。
noticed it too.
あの女が
You can end this. All of this. That girl. It's all because of that
あの
girl.
子こそ。お願いよ。
I beg
あん
you,
たの獲物は
please.
檻の中から解き放たれてしま
Please
った。
release me.
騎士ならば
Guys
も
of
う
the court,
一度。
isn't it your duty to
私の
protect
ため
the
にその
people of
剣
this
を抜いてよ。
town? Give me another chance.
勘違いするな。
That's where you're wrong.
騎士が守るべきは貴様ではない。この
It is
町
indeed a knight's duty to
ラビリン
protect.
スシティ
We are employed to protect the citizens of Labyrinthia against you and your ilk.
私がこれまですでに疑わしい貴様を守るような発言をしてきたのは
The reason you were offended my prosecution until now is because your guilt was uncertain.
貴様は魔女ではないかもしれない。
There was the possibility that you were not a witch.
一辺の
The
疑う余地があっ
circumstances
た
were
から
such that seeing another was guilty.
その余地がこう
That
して消え
possibility
失
has
せた
been
今
disappeared, and your innocence
Oh,
along with it. You murdered two
貴
people.
様を
Remember?
貫くだろう。
You now find yourself at the end of my sword.
No.
魔女たる者すべからく
Vile witch,
家計に
enemy
処
of
されるべし
Labyrinthia, may the fires purge you from this land.
待った。お願いです。
Please, wait. Stop. Please, just stop this.
魔法
She
ネ
murdered two people.
And Cute walked off, so was Bella.
こんな
If it
ひ
means
どい
putting
裁
an
判
end to
が
these
終わるの
horrible
なら
trials,
私
let me take your
Please,
place. Let me be Bazella.
処刑されて
Send
も
me to
構い
the
ません。
flames.
だからお願い
Please.
します。
If it would save her life.
当法廷は花売りマーダラを
The
魔女と
trial has
断
proven
定
beyond
す
a
るも
shadow
の
of a
であ
doubt
る。
that the flower seller here is a witch.
そして直ちに
And
その
according
刑
to
の
the
執
law,
行
all
に
those found
移
to
り
be
ます。
witches will be executed. I don't make the rules.
K の執行ってまさか
Did he say executed? He can't mean
この空気
this is most
危険で
unsettling.
す。
Didn't you see one as you walked in?
係官
They have gold.
始めるように。
Bailiff, ready the fire.
Well, that's a good enough no.
You're good. Bye, lady.
やめろやめるんだ
Listen to me. Don't let her fool you.
その子が
This Bella's a great witch. Hear me.
早く
There's no time to waste. She's Bazella.
その子を
Take
捕ま
her.
えて。そして
And
こんな
then
裁
these
判
witch trials will be no
終
more.
わらせるのよ。二度と
The witch trials were in.
Professor, did I just witness a lady die?
Into the fire with her.
Well, good riddance, I guess.
So far, we've always managed to pull off a win. Get a not guilty verdict, but winning has never felt this depressing. Oh, Spella, you alright?
Yes, I want to thank all of you. You all came to my rescue yet again.
Oh, yeah, of course we did.
Hold on a second, Spella. What did you say just now? You all came to my rescue yet again? You don't mean... Yes, I remember everything. I remember the last trial. I suppose that makes this the second time we met, and the second time all of you have helped me. Yeah, I thought the trial would be a lot shorter. It looked like it was close to the end, so I kept going.
Never-ending trials.
Mr. Wright, am I to refer to you that you and Dispel have met before?
Ah, yeah, it seems that way. You too, Mr. Layton.
Perhaps it would be best if we briefed each other on what has transpired.
Okay, what should we discuss?
Okay, let's just skip through it because we know what happened in London, what happened on the ship.
Yeah, sure.
We know what happened. Why are you making us go through this?
Sure, a lot of dialogue.
They're all things we've already seen. Hey guys, let's head back to the bakery for now.
I want some bread.
Bet the boss is waiting for us with one heck of a pastry feast. Oh, actually, I can't go home just yet.
Huh? You can't? Aw.
Well, there's still a couple of legal procedures to be taken care of before I can go home. And no one really knows what they're doing because no one's actually ever been acquitted of being a witch.
You're not gonna jump in the fire yourself, are you?
No. Go on ahead without me. Well, she was begging to be thrown in the fire.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that so? Very well. I really must thank you all. Thank you so much for everything. Alrighty then, Isabella. We'll catch you later. Yes, farewell for now. Mr. Wright, please allow me the pleasure of a proper introduction. My name is Layton. I'm a professor of archaeology in London.
Can you already introduce himself?
They have goldfish memories. They don't care.
Okay, we'll skip the introductions and they had introductions already.
With goldfish
I think he
memories.
was doing that because Mr. Wright never said his profession.
Professor, Mr. Wright is an attorney. That must mean he's as smart as you, right?
We'll see, boy, we'll see.
I'm just trying to compare you two. See which one I actually obviously keep up with.
Luke's asking for a puzzle.
He is. I can't really say
God,
Luke.
Luke. Please, no.
But behind every ace attorney, there's an even smarter, not to mention beautiful, witty, and utterly amazing ace assistant. What?
Who would that be?
Me, obviously.
Oh.
I think you also forgot.
Oh god, he's introducing himself.
My name's Luke Triton. Please remember it this time. I'm the professor's assistant. Apprentice. Class's master.
I already did this.
I would not get your hopes up okay. I would not get your hopes up about that, Sir Blue Knight.
Visitor Barlow.
Yes, it is I. Most impressive work tonight. 'Tis a shame you have kept such abilities hidden until now, Bread Baker.
Plus my next explorer's abilities beat the pants off his baking ability any day of the week.
Okay, moving on. What do you mean by that, Inquisitor? Why can't a spell go home?
New charges have been brought against Mrs. Spella Cantabella. No way! I can't be right. Well, you heard the witch say that she's the super witch, right? You have realized, haven't you? She is being charged on the suspicion of being the great witch Brazilla.
What?
I mean, you heard it. You were there.
How can that be?
I forgot.
I'd assume the charge is based purely on Miss Kira's accusation.
Goldfish
She was a witch,
memory.
and she said the truth, I would imagine. It was not I who made the decision.
Huh?
I'd have thrown her just in the fire if it was up to me. Regardless, the girl returned to court at the appointed time for another further trial. Until then, I am to seek out any and all evidence pertaining to the Great Witch.
Pardon me, Inquisitor. When exactly is this appointed time?
A little later, I guess. Maybe a day or so. However long. The investigation into this alleged allegation will conclude the day of the Storyteller's next parade. Well, that would be 2 weeks from today. Following our investigation into the matter, the trial of the Great Witch shall proceed.
What the?
It would appear the girl has been withholding a dark secret from you all.
The Spella.
I knew she was a witch! Spella Cantabella's questioning is set to begin shortly. That means visiting hours are over. I recommend you leave immediately before my sword goes through your sternum.
Spella, the legendary Great Witch Bazilla.
The story that dictates the fate of an entire town. And now, a so-called Great Witch named Bazilla. Most intriguing. It would seem we have to ask to uncover the answers to these mysteries.
I don't wanna.
Are we supposed to manage it all in 2 weeks? Are we gonna find any evidence?
You know what I was thinking? How do you address a great witch? Hail to thee, O magnificent magic one? Or just, what is up, witchy baby?
I like
What
you.
difference would it make? She's called a Great Witch, not something I'd ever want to meet.
I believe I thought of a solution to our problem. It's actually rather simple. The problem of the save never showing up.
Professor Layton, when did you get here?
Allow me to explain, Mr. Wright. I've been here all along. The only way we may be able to solve the mysteries of this town and its residents is if we join forces. I thought you already were joining forces.
You forgot about that too, didn't you, Professor?
Does that mean we were in them?
That means I'm gonna go and become the prosecution for that trial. I remember that part.
Professor.
He's
My
right.
head's spinning, Professor.
Come this far. There's no way we're just gonna give up on us, fella.
I have.
Okay, I'm on board. I look forward to teaming up with you, Professor.
Me too, Luke.
Me too, Maya.
Now then, shall we press on?
No.
This marks the beginning of our own story, one dictated by ourselves and written by our own hands. Can we save now? To be continued. Yay, saving.
Yeah, pick her up.
Yeah. Time to go. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.